You wake up to the sound of screaming. Not yours, yet. That comes later. Right now, it's your mother realizing the harvest failed. Again, because you were born a peasant. Your life is dirt, literally. You eat from it, work on it, and when war inevitably reaches your village, you'll be buried under it. Your childhood? Mostly starvation, with the occasional tax collector making sure you stay poor. And when war finally comes knocking, you have two choices. Number one, stay, watch your home burn, your family die, and hope the bandits kill you quick. Number two, run, leave everything behind and take your chances on the road. So, you ran. You left everything behind, your home, your family, your childhood dreams of maybe not dying in a ditch. Now you're hungry, broke, and one bad day away from becoming someone else's problem. You think about begging, but that only works until someone kicks your teeth in and takes your last coin. You think about stealing, but Midland has a very strict one crime and you're publicly executed policy. You consider the church, but you might want to hold off unless you like your chances in the Holy Order of the Diddlers. And even if you dodge the Diddlers, the same priests might decide you're a heretic and light you up like a festival bonfire. So what's left? You pick up a sword. Not because you want to, not because you're special, but because there's literally no other option, and like that, you become a mercenary. You don't fight for a cause, you fight because there's no other choice. And when you die, and you will die, there won't be a statue, a song, or even a grave with your name on it. Unless, of course, you get lucky. And just to paint you a picture, here's what you signed up for. Endless war. There's always some noble throwing bodies at a battlefield, and today, you're one of them. Horrific conditions. Sleep? Optional. Food? Barely edible. Hygiene? What's that? High turnover rate. If you don't die in battle, you'll die from infection, starvation, or your own comrade stabbing you for a sack of coins. If you're lucky, you die quick. Stabbed, crushed, or trampled in a fight you don't get paid enough for. If you're unlucky, you starve, freeze, or get gutted by your own commander because you looked at him funny. But let's say you get lucky. Let's say you survive long enough to catch the eye of a mercenary group that actually knows what they're doing. And that's when you hear about them. The Band of the Falcon. A mercenary group that shouldn't exist. They fight like an army, win battles they have no business winning, and somehow keep coming out on top. Their leader, Griffith, the OG white-haired twink minus the blindfold, plus a few war crimes. A man who doesn't just command respect, he bends the world around him. Other mercenary bands survive. The Band of the Falcon thrives. Other mercenaries die nameless. The Band of the Falcon is turning into legends. Other mercenaries fight for pay. Griffith fights for something bigger. And for the first time, you start to believe that maybe, just maybe, you're more than just a disposable grunt, which is adorable. Because if you knew where this was going, you'd have thrown yourself on a sword already. For the first time in your miserable life, things actually seem good. The Band of Falcon is winning. You're eating regularly and you haven't been left for dead because your captain was cocky and stupid. A personal record, and it's all because of Griffith. The guy isn't just a leader, he's a cheat code. He's got nobles wrapped around his finger, warlords handing over castles, and somehow he's making a bunch of mercenaries look like a legitimate army. You start thinking, maybe we actually beat the game. And that's your first mistake, because Griffith doesn't play to win. He plays to own the board. 1 minute, you're Midland's golden warriors. The next, you're cooked. Griffith gets caught sleeping with the king's daughter, and suddenly the entire kingdom wants your head. Griffith gets thrown in a dungeon, tortured for a year, and when you finally break him out, he's not him anymore. He's broken, weak, and worst of all, useless. But still, you try to tell yourself it's over, that you won, that things will go back to normal. And for a second, you actually start thinking about a future. Maybe you'll buy land, maybe you'll start a family. Maybe, wait, why is the sky turning red? Yeah, never mind, forget the future, you're not making it past today. Griffith had one last trick up his sleeve, and the cost of his dream? You. Hope you didn't think you were important. The sky turns red, the ground starts bleeding, and before you can even process what's happening, you're in hell. Griffith, no, Femto hovers above, watching as his closest friends, no wait, subordinates, get turned into a medieval all-you-can-eat buffet. And the worst part, he doesn't even blink, because this was always part of the plan. So, you survived. Congratulations, or condolences, not really sure which one applies here. Your found family mercenary group, gone. Everyone you knew, digested. Griffith promoted himself to Eldritch Overlord. But you're still kicking for some reason. You're not a hero, you're not special, you just got skipped during snack time. And now you're wandering Midland like a stray dog with PTSD. No food, no money, no will to live, but hey, at least you don't have a cursed brand on your neck, so that's a win. And then you meet the guy with the cursed brand on his neck, Guts. Now, you remember Guts. Back in the band of Falcon, he was that guy. The one who always walked into camp drenched in blood, sometimes his, sometimes not his. The one who fought like a demon but drank like he had a death wish. Well, guess what? He still does. Except now he's got a giant slab of iron for a sword, a mechanical arm, and an attitude that says, I'm gonna kill every demon in existence or die trying. And for some reason, you decide to follow him. Not because you believe in revenge, not because you think he has a plan. And if we're being real, because compared to wandering alone in a world where demons run the night, rolling with Guts is the least suicidal option, for now. So, you're traveling with Guts now. Good news, you're not alone. Bad news, you're not alone. See, before this, you had options. If things got too dangerous, you could run, hide, maybe negotiate. Not anymore, because Guts, he doesn't avoid danger, he actively seeks it out. Hear a strange noise in the woods? Yeah, he's walking towards it. Spot a 10-foot-tall monster devouring a guy whole? Guts is already drawing his sword. And you have to follow. And turns out, apostles aren't rare. Once-in-a-lifetime nightmares, they're everywhere. 1 minute, you're talking to a normal soldier. The next, he's 8 feet tall, covered in spikes, and trying to eat your face. One day, you pass through a peaceful village. The next, it's just blood, bones, and maybe a creepy doll left behind for extra trauma points. And apostles, they don't just kill, they take their time, because when you're immortal, might as well make a game out of it. So Mr. You're going to catch these hands, Guts is the best you've got. Because the moment an apostle shows up, he just sighs, pulls out his giant sword, and gets to work like it's a 9 to 5, and he can't call in sick. And you just stand there questioning all your life choices. Because this guy isn't just fighting them, he's winning. He cuts through apostles like they're made of wet paper. He takes hits that should kill him and just shrugs them off. He has no magic, no divine protection, just a sword, pure rage, and an ungodly pain tolerance. And at some point you have to ask yourself, is this really survival? Or did you just trade one possible horrible death for a slightly more interesting one? So you were planning to stick with Guts only till you got to someplace relatively safer, but it's already too late. There's no going back. And then one night, you notice something. A low humming noise, a strange pressure in the air. Then, you see the ghosts. Turns out Guts is basically a demon magnet. Thanks to that cursed brand on his neck, evil creatures are drawn to him like crypto bros to a crashing market. And you just end up being collateral damage. Every night is a boss rush of spirits, demons, and things that should not exist. At first you think, maybe if I just stay quiet, they won't notice me. Nope, doesn't matter if you hide, run, or play dead. If you're within 10 feet of Guts, the monsters assume you signed up for this. You don't even have the cursed brand, but guess what? Congratulations, guilt by association is real, and now you're also on the hit list. But Guts doesn't even react. You'll be wide-eyed, gripping your weapon like a terrified idiot, while he's over there like, oh, another one? Cool. At this point, sleep is just a distant memory. You're not just running from apostles, you're running from reality itself. And somehow, you're getting used to it. You stop questioning why Guts can still function after getting thrown through walls. You stop questioning why demons fear him more than he fears them. You stop questioning why you haven't left yet. Because if this is survival, you'll take it. For now. So, you've been rolling with Guts for a while now. By rolling, I mean running for your life while he picks fights with the actual forces of hell. You've seen apostles, demons, and things that should not exist. You've watched Guts tank injuries that would kill 10 normal men and keep going out of sheer spite. And for the first time you start to think, well, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe we can actually do this. Maybe we can fight back. Maybe, and then Griffith comes back. Not the half-dead skeleton you pulled out of a dungeon, not the broken man who lost everything. No, the White Falcon returns and the world bows down. The war is over. Midland has its savior. People cheer his name in the streets. Nobles trip over themselves to swear loyalty. But you know the truth. You were there. You saw what he did. You saw him trade his army's souls for power. You saw him feel nothing while the apostles devoured them. And now you have a choice. Do you fall in line, smile, and pretend it never happened? Or do you stick with Guts, knowing damn well this fight can only end one way? Because Griffith isn't just back for a reunion, he's ready to take everything he wants.